For today's adventure, we continue our exploration of Letchworth State Park, and we're going to visit the gravesite of Mary Jemison, the White Woman of the Genesee. Let's get started. Okay, so the trail to get up here was rather challenging. First thing was a series of rocky steps similar to the Devil's Hole State Park in Niagara Falls. Thankfully now we're basically just going up a few flights of wooden stairs. This site here is a long ways away from Squawky Hill, so they carried her quite the distance to have her to bury her. There's a trail that goes that way, but we don't want that one. We want this one. And here we have it, the replica cabins and the gravesite of Mary Jemison, the White Woman of the Genesee. Mary Jemison, the White Woman of the Genesee, born in 1743, died in 1833, was the Scot-Irish colonial frontierswoman in Pennsylvania and New York who became known as the White Woman of the Genesee. As a young girl, she was captured and adopted into a Seneca family, assimilating to their culture, marrying twice to Native American men, and having children with both. In 1824, she published a memoir of her life. During the French and Indian War in spring 1755, 12-year-old Jemison was captured with most of her family in a Shawnee raid in what is now Adams County, Pennsylvania. The rest of her family was killed. She and an unrelated young boy were adopted by Seneca families. She became fully assimilated, marrying a Delaware and, after his death, a Seneca man. She chose to remain a Seneca rather than return to the American colonial culture. Jemison told her story late in life to an American minister who wrote it for her. He published it, a form of captivity narrative, as Narrative of the Life of Mrs. Mary Jemison, 1824. It was reprinted in the late 20th century. In 1874, her remains were reinterred near a historic Seneca council house on a private estate in what is now Letchworth State Park. Now, there are two cabins here. One you can see right behind me. Mary Jemison's grave is right in between both of the cabins. Now, these weren't her original homes. They are replicas of the types of cabins that she would have actually lived in when she was alive. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of a walk around and we're going to get a peek inside the cabins. Let's go. Kind of homey, actually. pull back a little bit so we can see the place. So the plaque reads, "This log house, which originally stood on the Gardow Flats by the Genesee River, was built about 1800 by Mary Jemison, the white woman of the Genesee, for her second daughter, Nancy. In a nearby cabin, also built by her, she lived about 35 years. She lived 78 years of her life as a captive and adopted member of the Seneca, during which time she became the wife of Chief Hiawatha and gained great influence in their councils." So it kind of contradicts what I said a little bit earlier. These actually were cabins that were moved from their original locations. So they are original to the area and for the time period. The original door from Mary Jemison's cabin on the Gardow Flats. That's an example of a pioneer log ladder made by John Shanks. He's a Seneca Indian, about 1872. That's a better look at that loom. So this cemetery safari does indeed have a paranormal connection to it. According to witnesses, around twilight, the spirit of Mary Jemison can be seen walking in between the two cabins. This is something I've never experienced, but that does not mean that it hasn't experienced, and it's really cool to think that that would be a thing. Again, this whole area is a power place. The whole area is magical in this mystic land, so it comes as no surprise that Mary would want to come back and visit it every once in a while. And that'll do it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe bell and smash that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time.